For the first time, the University of Virginia is hosting the Men's Lacrosse Championship weekend. Scott Stadium, home of UVA football in the fall. This weekend, it's all about lacrosse in our second national championship game of the day. Two-time defending champ Adelphi takes on Tampa in the Division II title game. So Adelphi, #1 ranked team in the North Region. Tampa, one loss this year. And here we go underway. And Pete Thomas has it on the ground. Here's Tampa's first try upfield on a clear for Schmidt. A transfer from Maryland. That's the start here today. Takes over for Connor Terrio. Had that quick
bumping up. Reese Bauer.
Here's Zach Friend. Back on the championship field. Feeding, quick stick goal. And it's in there for Tampa, the great start. Jackson Bashaw, the senior attackman, has got his 46th of the year. And a good feed from Friend to get things going for the Spartans.
And for Tampa, this is a textbook start to the game, right? Win the first faceoff backwards, settle clear, and now you have Zach Friend initiating on a short stick, right into that double pull look like we were talking about, and the short stick is going down on Jackson. So for him to be able to come up with that first goal there in an off-ball roll is only going to instill confidence against.
3 goals against Malloy in the semifinals.
And then here's the second phase, 99 upfield.
Now he's got it just like that. Braden Donnellan pulls the trigger. It's a bullseye goal on Adelphi's first shot in this Division II National Championship game. On the money.
And this is a perfect microcosm of exactly what I see when I watch this Adelphi offense on tape. It's a lot of top-down initiating dodging from 3, 6, or 9, and if they don't get anything out of that, you're going to 99, set a pick, and it can be at GLE, it can be a little bit deeper. There's a little bit of variation to that, but to me, it's very much so. 3, 6.
In the 9-8 overtime final, on a bounce, comes right to Lewis. Spin, shot, score, there's McDermott. On cue, Vincent McDermott has the turnaround rocket, goes low. Adelphi back-to-back jacks for a 2-1 lead.
And a little bit of a fortuitous bounce here for the Panthers. This action goes in and bounces right back out to Lewis, who catches it with his hot hand and is able to feed it right in. So that tips off the plastic and right to Lewis, who's able to feed it inside. A little bit fortuitous, not exactly how you drew it up, but in national championship games, you take goals however you can get them.
Assist for Lewis, 2-time National Midfielder of the Year. 2-time player. Crisscross, Lewis near side GLE. Very briefly a Penn State knitting line. We mean briefly, 48 hours. And he came back. Feeding in front. It's an easy slam dunk goal again for Adelphi. Turning on the doorstep. He's got his first team leading 57th. And how about Adelphi pouring it on with 3 in a row?
Yeah, 3 in a row, 3 possessions in a row, a couple face-offs wins in a row, a fortuitous bounce on the last goal. It feels like a lot is going in that Panthers direction, right? In this one, you get a single invert, a slide that comes, and nobody filling down on Michael Dern, and the team's leading goal scorer. And so you'll see him do a lot of his damage and most of his work inside on the crease. His movement in there, great hands, great finishing ability. Forces
good bounce again. Durnan couldn't handle it. Into the cross of Lewis.
Donnellan with a short stick. And this battle goes to the short stick.
At least for now. Another good bounce. Lewis, he shoots, he scores! Kyle Lewis! A righty rocket goes low on Schmidt, beats him. It's another for Adelphi. He's got 2 assists, he's got a goal. 4 in a row scored by the defending champs.
And another one where I'll say a little bit of a fortuitous bounce, but Donnellan, when this ball hits the ground, like watch the hustle he goes after to get this there, dives to flick it and get a little bit of a goose to Lewis, who then all of a sudden has hands free from a great spot. He knows what to do with it from there.
Uses some more time and tries to keep the play alive, and does in a wild scene. Talk about a scramble with some big men out there.
And now there's a lot of space in 4-on-4, and one of the best players in the country
with the ball. Lewis will go high, he scores! Kyle Lewis does it one more time for Adelphi. On a scramble, the last thing you want is the ball in that guy's stick.
Yeah,
and the All-American doesn't miss, he's got 2.
That early offense look, a 4-on-4, and all that space, you know he was going to get dodging and get downhill. And that situation with no help behind it and all those types of things, like this is a savoring situation here for Kyle Lewis, who typically has to go at much more difficult dodging scenarios. That one is money in the bank all the way. And he finishes it off with a little head dip and stick it right underneath the crossbar. Great finish.
Looks to the far side. Conley trying to get free. Lefty shot, there's a goal. A nice response for Tampa. Second line midfield does get it going with Rex Kesselring, the junior. He's got his 37th of the year, first of this championship game, to make it 5-2.
And again, Rex here with a unassisted goal against a pole, getting to his strong hand, coming up the field and attacking up the hash. A great take there and a great individual effort, and that's going to be what it takes to beat this Adelphi defense that's A, very good, B, organized, and C, is by scheme going to make you score some unassisted goals before they start over-helping.
A goal for Kesselring head-to-head with Adelphi in
Just matchups. Now here's one that they'll support.
Yep, the back 15, the invert. Here's Cho. Shorty matchup on Aaron Cho at X. 20 to shoot. Here's Cho. He'll get that right hand free. Switching hands. Bounces it in. He scores. What a move for Cho. Resilient to the right of the cage. Kept on working. Got free. Switched hands. Goes low. Has another for the Spartans to make it 5-3.
And I was wrong. I said they'd support on that matchup. They didn't. Again, I think it comes back to some of the scheme aspect of this. Adelphi really happy, trusting their short stick D-mids. It's a matchup to me that seemed like, hey, you know, this isn't opportune. We're going to need to support. And Cho does a great job of, A, finishing it off, but it wasn't exactly the most high opportunity, high percentage look there. So a great skilled finish from a low angle.
Talked about just an amazing story.
I think that's going to end up a goal.
Count that one. On the way in was Facen charging in to the left of the cage. Officials talk to each other. There is a flag flying, says Matt Palem. And the penalty is going to get waved off on a push. Facen, count the goal.
It looked like a really awkward way to land, which is why he seems to be slow to get up here. Not sure if it's necessarily the brunt force of anything, but more just like the awkwardness and hitting the ground in some sort of twisting fashion. And, you know, kind of takes a bit of a shot there on that slide. You know, again, just the side, like awkward spot, but a great finish, great dodge underneath. Kind of a
lost his footing for a moment. Taking a big game in the championship tilt last year. They're All-American. And a good one for Tampa. In front shot. There's a big goal for Tampa. Spartans light the lamp. Kesselring got free. He's got two in the first half. Good dodging left of the cage. And got loose to beat Tome. It's a fourth Tampa goal this first half. 6-4 game.
And this is the second one like this that we've had, with Kesselring initiating kind of on that left pipe, working up to the island, working up that hash. Here he's able to dig back inside and get his stick to the middle, and again, just kind of work that island a little bit until he's able to get
Hammer looks for the upper 90.
He likes that
target
spot.
Backed up by Front. Yeah, clearly he's going for it 2 times in a row. A few seconds left, 6-on-5. Show right hand cradle. Passing instead. Spinning, Kesselring scores! The quick stick goal, man up. He's got a hat trick in this first half, and how about Tampa storming back to make it a 1-goal game?
Chipping back one by one, goal by goal, feed by feed, dodge by dodge, right? They did a good job of not letting themselves get ahead of themselves, just kind of chipping back into it. And here Kesselring in that high corner, high crease, does a great job of finding space. And that's a really tough look to defend because you're so worried about that top center guy stepping in. It's kind of one person.
Looking for the first goal of our second half. Tight game last year, low scoring. And here we go again. In front, broken up. Great play by Christian Tomei, got just enough of it. And it comes away to Adelphi in the start. Long stick defensive player in Reese Bauer from Lethbridge, Alberta. Pass in front. There's a quick stick goal. Transition tally. Oppenheim on the move. So just a defensive player buries it for the Panthers. First goal, second half, either team.
This is such an important goal because, like we said, when you're struggling 6-on-6, you know, EMO, great. Okay, you didn't score an EMO. What's the next thing? Can you get one in transition? And here you have 2 poles carrying over midline, the short stick D-mid carrying over midline. Bauer with a great headman pass to Linkletter, who then carries and puts this right on the money. And because you're so worried about Linkletter and his ability to pull up and shoot it,
2. It's second best in the team in goals, points entering play here today. Gibson tries for a sweep. Looking to get the left hand free. Double team, still fires, and scores! The Bulldogs move for Gibson. He would not be denied. He was bumped, he was hit, it didn't matter. Goes low with the left hand and a flex for Gibson, another for Adelphi.
A flex that he deserves to be giving. That was a big boy take and a big body getting downhill, right? Again, we've talked about this. They're going to short stick those guys. They aren't going to try and support too much and live with what happens from those guys unassisted. He knows he's able to put his head down, put his shoulder down, and kind of just get downhill, expecting there not to be a ton of slide.
Time ticking away. Quick stick try. Just targeting a Kesselring, looking for a fourth. Was in his cross and out in the blink of an eye. Missed the cage. 15 to shoot. No
Zone.
Reset. Kesselring works in front. Slam dunk goal there for Jackson Bashaw. He's got two. And Tampa closes the deficit, make it 8-6 here in our third quarter.
And that was one that felt like they were on the same page, knowing that on a shot out of bounds, Adelphi was going to jump to zone, and their lefty Kesselring goes to X, carries from pipe to pipe, and looks inside. It felt like, to me, a little bit of a look that they knew that might be there, something they knew they wanted to jump to on this end line on these resets. And again, great feed, great finish, really slick stuff there from those two.
Bashaw's second of the game. Great feed, Kesselring. Too far north from Miami. Face-off win for Greaves. He scores!
What an answer.
William Greaves, not just a Fogo. Out the front door he goes for another Adelphi goal. And a big Panther response to make it 9-6.
And it's such a big response just on the hindsight of that goal, but also Adelphi trailing technically in the total face-off count. So to be able to get one that isn't just a face-off win and goes on the board, but ends up on the scoreboard as well. So just a great play there, clean out of the front, great exit depth, great job of handling it, and again, just strokes the bottom corner.
Full game at halftime. 3-goal lead now. The waning moments of the third. Shot for Burbank, he scores! Eric Burbank goes low, righty shot. It's a hammer to cut the gap to 2 with under a minute to go, third quarter.
And for Burbank here, I think this is a case of just getting right to a really good spot, getting to the middle, and being able to shoot right off of Bauer's hip. So the little bit of a screen coming off the hip just makes it a little bit difficult for Tomei to be able to find it out of his stick. Head down and kind of ramming into this. He's going to look to be a feeder as soon as help comes.
Slide coming. Alessandro getting to Cho.
Kesselring with a short stick now in his spot.
Kesselring looks for it. He's got it. He shoots and scores. Rex Kesselring's got 4. And we've got a 1-goal game in the D2 title game again between Adelphi and Tampa. Last year's final score was 9-8. 9-8 again here today in the fourth.
And what makes this here, we have 5-on-5 action with the hangout going on over there. So you have 5 Dodgers on 5 defenders, but you're not used to all your team schemes in this. You don't know exactly where you're going to get your hot from. Your spacing is a little bit longer, and your rotations are a little bit longer. And there you have an adjacent slide and a little bit of adjacent help. It's just too late, right? And it's a little bit is giving these midfielders short sticks again to work with.
McDermott operates. 1 for 4 shooting. Looking for another championship. Lewis, here's the sweep. Lewis trying to get the right hand free, a blast. He scores! On the same move that won the championship a year ago at Gillette. Kyle Lewis has got the hat trick. 3 for 11 shooting for Lewis. A 2-goal pad again for the defending champs.
And again, this all works now because McDermott has a short stick just based off of those manipulations down at attack. So now he's able to initiate, put a little pressure on. It doesn't get what you want. Throw forward, pick for Lewis now, and now you have Lewis coming off of a big little that wasn't there before. So again, all of this, just good offensive manipulations there from Adelphi.
Brent passing for Cho. Shorty matchup on Cho at GLE. Can't get the hand free.
And Bauer and Cho, that matchup, man, I'm telling you, that's been worth the price of admission alone.
Sweep, Ortega, lefty shot, he scores! Tommy Ortega, the senior, first team All-American. Lights the lamp for the Spartans with a lefty hammer. 10-9 game.
And gosh, this is a thing of beauty, isn't it? Just perfect jump shot right back to the far pipe where you were coming from. Really good off-hip spot on a righty goalie. Like, there's just so much that's textbook about this. Herzog not quite ready to switch that pick, but again, just a perfect shot in a perfect spot. Lefty to the middle on a sweep, jump shot back to the far pipe, off-hip. Again, 3 and 9 with short sticks, while 55 and 28 have poles that, you know, in the world of proven versus unproven, I think we know what you're getting from 3, 6, and 9.
Lewis dodging, passing in front, quick stick goal, Adelphi with the response again. Tito's got one.
A great finish there. A little bit of an announcer's jinx, though I was mostly talking about dodging and initiating. And once again,
man. I get you.
6 is on the initiating side of things here. So a great feed inside there, but really, really great handle, great movement, great cut. Really nice job of, you know, finding space behind that hot slide. They slide off of him inside in 55, and Tito does a great job of just finding space right behind it. And so great feed, great finish, great.
Now trying for a third in a row, but Tampa's got other ideas. Friend dodging. Shorty matchup on Friend. Burbank to GLE. Friend changing direction at X, looking to get free. Does, scores! Zach Friend, the senior. Another one for Tampa. Goes high with a hammer, and the righty Rocket makes it a 1-goal game again.
And the Tampa staff has to send these guys out of every look, every group, every huddle with 2 looks, 2 decisions, 2 plays, right? Is it a man look? Is it a zone look? If we get man here, they go to Burbank and Zach Friend kind of working together and sort of a double invert type of look. Zach Friend end up being the one that's able to shake free and gets his hands free. And again, a little bit of a low angle, but able to just bury it as he comes up the field and turns the corner.
1 for 2.
I think Tampa's happy with that.
Dodging. Try to get free, top of the box. Ortega takes his time, 45 to shoot. Spin move. Nicely done on the swim. Shoots and scores! Tommy Ortega, incredible. The swim, the stop, and the hammer. And how about this? We are tied 11-11 in the national championship game.
And look at that Tampa section go. They are feeling it, fired up. Tons of energy over there. The bench is into it. Again, I think Tommy Ortega came out, saw a short stick guarding him, and was like, is this real, right? And I'm going to attack this and attack this and attack this until my hands shake free, and then I'm going to bury it, right? And so just a big player making a big play at a big time, and that's what it's all about right now. You're going to have to trust your guys. Dudes have to show up and be dudes.
Waits dude. Got 2, got 39 on the year. The first team All-American. The pass, sets the pick instead. Donnellan, right hand cradle. Here's Donnellan trying to get free. Fakes, passing in front, and it's in! It deflects in.
Great skip. Another great feed there from 99 to 21. Those two have unbelievable chemistry. When 99 has the ball, he just seems to know where 21 is, and 21 just seems to know that the ball's coming to his ear.
It's great action pass Donnellan.
And then a savvy finish there too. Like, he has to go to the ground as he catches that, and then does so and is able to kind of sprawl from his knees a little bit more to the middle to give himself all the extra space and room.
Initiate the video review themselves without a challenge. Let's see what happened here with Durnan. Nowhere near the crease. Oh.
His hand might be in before the ball hit the net. Certainly from a foot perspective.
For our crew here today in Virginia.
Oh, this is so close.
Look at the ball, look at his hand. It is, I think it's no goal.
Yeah, that might get called off.
I think they're taking that away.
Also, now you get into the, is there inconclusive evidence, all of that type of stuff to overturn the call on the field. So, I'll tell you what, I think that the referees in our sport have a really hard job. They have to make a lot of tough decisions in real time.
After review, the shooter's arms touched into the crease prior to the goal line.
No goal after review, says Matt Prala. Take it off the board, and we're still tied 11 apiece. Wow.
And there are a lot of lacrosse fans right now. Single invert.
Lewis is set up in the slot here. McDermott operates, spins. McDermott, GLE. Passing up
Inside.
top to Nellen. And the pass.
No backup.
Shot ripped off target. Big hit. Vernon was hammered, and the shot goes over the crossbar, and Tampa now has a chance to win it on their end of it.
Eyes on. Seems like no timeout, at least to start.
Out. Ortega up top thinking about a game winner. Got 2 in the second half to help bring Tampa back. Trailed 5-1 at one point. Down at half by 1. Down by 2 after 3. Now Ortega, the All-American, shorty matchup. Ortega with it. He shoots, he scores! He scores! Tommy Ortega has won the national championship for Tampa! The Spartans spectacular in 2026. For the second time in school history, Tampa wins the Division II national championship. It's Tampa time in Charlottesville.
An unbelievable take, an unbelievable finish. You know, like we said, big players in big moments. Ortega, 2 in the fourth quarter, and then now this one in overtime, and the Tampa fans are coming rushing onto the field. Shirtless mayhem.
They're storming the field at UVA. Tampa in an overtime stunner. Gets revenge from last year's overtime loss to Adelphi. On the goal for Ortega. Incredible.
Ortega scores to tie it at 11 and then scores again to give them their 12th in the national championship. Just unbelievable.
Now their second title joining the 2022 championship team. There's Ortega, absolute lefty blast that overwhelmed Tomei.
The elation. What a feeling. Golly. They all go run into Schmidt, too.
The Tampa Spartans. Congratulations to the 2026 NCAA Division II Men's Lacrosse Champion, the University of Tampa.